What's up everyone, and welcome to Retrobite food channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a traditional Irish soda bread that is so tasty yet so easy to make, you won't believe it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you want to see more. For full ingredients list, check out the description. Let's get started. To make a traditional Irish soda bread, we're going to use a combination of wholemeal flour and plain white flour. We're going to use some buttermilk, some salt to bring out the flavour, and some baking soda. The reaction between the buttermilk and the baking soda is what will give our bread its rise. You want to use a large bowl to help mix the ingredients together, and will prevent you from making a mess. You place both the wholemeal flour and the white flour into the bowl. Next, making sure your hands are clean, empty the baking soda into the palm of your hand and rub it to get rid of any lumps. You could also use a sieve to do this, but I just find it easier and faster this way. Next, add the salt to the dry mix and give it a stir to combine all the ingredients. I like to use my hands whenever possible for ease of use, plus it gives me a feel for what I'm doing. Once all the ingredients are mixed together, make a well in the middle of your dry mix to pour the buttermilk into. Start off by pouring a little over half of the buttermilk into the dry mix. Sometimes this recipe will need a little more or a little less buttermilk. It depends on the flour and humidity. Here I take a fork to start off the mixing of the dry and the wet ingredients. You want to work the flour a little bit at a time into the wet ingredients to start with. Just keep mixing and incorporating the wet and dry mix together. Once I feel like I have a good start of the mixing, I like to swap over to mixing with my hand. By using my hand, it allows me to feel how wet or dry the mixture will be in the end, and how much liquid I will need to add. As you can see, I space my fingers out into a claw, which allows me to work the dough a lot easier. With soda bread, you don't want to work the dough too much, and there is no kneading involved. You can see here that the mixture is looking a little dry, so I know it will take the remaining buttermilk. Once the remaining buttermilk is in, you just need to give it a quick mix to incorporate the ingredients, remembering not to overwork it. We want the finished mix to be wet, but not too runny. Make sure you remove as much of the mix from your fingers, and always make sure you have cleaned your hands before you start mixing. Next, I take one of my bread tins that has been oiled, and using a bread bowl scraper or a spatula, you remove all of the mix into the bread tin. Traditionally, soda bread is shaped into a round, cut with a cross and baked in the oven. I find baking it in a bread tin gives me a better rise and allows me to cut identical sized slices every time. You can use the bread scraper to push the dough into the pan, but often the dough will just stick to the scraper. My preferred method is to wet my hand and push the dough into the corners, then giving it a little tap to settle the mixture. You can then top the bread with a handful of rolled oats for decoration, then it's good to go. Just pop it straight into your oven to bake. Roughly about 45 minutes later, we will have a well-risen golden brown soda bread. To test to make sure the bread is cooked through, place a paring knife or a skewer into the bread. When you remove it, if the knife is clean, you know the bread is fully cooked through. Then, using a clean towel or an oven mitt, you want to remove the loaf from the tin and allow it to stand on a wire rack to cool slightly. This will help prevent steam from making the bottom of the bread get soggy. Once cooled, which it isn't in this video, I take my trusty chopping board out and place the bread on it ready to cut. Cutting nice thick slices, you can see just how warm this bread is. So warm it is almost falling apart. If you allow it to rest before cutting, the bread will hold together better. I just couldn't wait. To top off a delicious tasting, freshly baked Irish soda bread, what else could be better than to smother it with some delicious Irish butter? Just watch how the butter melts into the freshly baked bread. This is so tasty, you need to try it to believe how good it is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe and click the bell to get notifications. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. Make sure you check out my other videos, and I'll see you again next time. Slán.
No.